Hi everyone, thank you for coming. My name is Onya Vin. I'm the founder and CEO of Diligence. At Diligence, we do data research and analysis for the crypto economy. We've been focusing on ICOs and STOs, and now we are researching coins and exchanges. Now, in my presentation, I will be talking about two things. One is due diligence and how due diligence is being done for ICOs and STOs. And before I talk about due diligence, I will show you why it is extremely important to do due diligence, especially for the crypto space, especially for ICOs and STOs. And I will show you examples of real scams that we found while doing our research. So, before I show you the examples, I just want to explain that I have a background as an angel investor for the last 10 years. I'm not talking about crypto, I'm talking about before I decided to dedicate my life to blockchain and crypto, which happened about a year and a half ago. And then I pushed aside everything that I was doing. Some of the things that I was doing was to be an angel investor and invest in different startups. And I know what it takes to invest in startups. I know what it takes to be an advisor to startups. And one of the biggest problems that we have in the industry is the different types of advisors, or should I say advisors. Scams for us are divided into a few types of scams. One is the very clear and very hard scam, I would say, that it's an anonymous person launching a website and trying to steal the money from the public because you just sent crypto to something that doesn't exist, to a project that will never be launched. But it's not only that. It goes to the different providers in the industry or websites in the industry, different rating websites, the YouTubers, the media, and many others that are enabling scams, helping the scammers, not because they want to, because they just do it, because they don't understand that these are scams. And that's one of the biggest problems that we have with the crypto industry at the moment. So, after I explained in general, I'll just show you a few examples. Obviously, the reason that we're doing due diligence is because we found that there are many, many problems in the industry. This is the first example. XSearch is a project that we found as a scam. Now, if you look at the rating website called Wiser ICO, this website is giving a score of 3.4 out of 5. But how come they get this score if it's a scam? And we proved it a scam beyond any doubt. Another website, ICO Holder, 4 out of 5. When an investor goes to this website and looks at the score, he says to himself, okay, this might be an interesting project. And another website. And another website. And this is Diligence, my website. As you can see, score 0. We proved beyond any doubt that this is a clear scam, someone trying to take money from people without having a real project. Another example of a scam, another type of a scam, Initiative Q, one of the biggest well-known scams that I have seen in the last few years in general, not only in crypto. These guys are doing nothing. They have a landing page, a website, asking everyone to register and to invite all of their friends and family to enjoy from the next Bitcoin. They don't have anything. They didn't develop anything. I can just decide right now, and I'm telling everyone here, yes, I'm going to have the next Bitcoin. Please give me your data. Today, data is as much important as money. We all know about the biggest scandals with Facebook, with Google, the regulations, GDPR, and so on. Not only these guys are taking your email, when you go onto their website, they are starting to track you. They have pixels, and they will be tracking you until they will get to a stage where they ask you for money from everyone who registered, which up until last week was about 2 million people. And this is one of the biggest Bitcoin developers that I've seen. And it's not me saying that they are a joke. Look at what he's saying. Let's put aside your preposterous, arrogant claims of your made-up currency being worth $2 trillion US dollars. When you go to Forbes, everyone knows Forbes. You see a headline, the next Bitcoin, question mark. And I am sure, I can't prove it, and I am always saying when I cannot prove something for sure, but I'm pretty sure that the content that was published on Forbes was published because the person who published it got paid. I approached the nice lady who published this content and I asked her, what exactly enables you to declare about the next Bitcoin? Do you have any blockchain or crypto experience? Do you even understand what you wrote about? No comment, no response. CNBC, everyone knows the media network CNBC. On this show, you can see the host talking to a CTO of a crypto company. And the CTO is telling him the file was reduced from 90 megabytes to 472 bytes. I consulted with 12 different CTOs, me personally, not my team, because I had a very, very special interest in this case. 12 different CTOs, 4 of them are compression experts. They all confirmed this is a joke. It's not real. It cannot happen. Obviously, after we called them out, they were saying, oh, it's not exactly that we compressed the file, it's a link to the compressed file which is saved on the cloud, and more blah, 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 blah. You know what the host of the CNBC show said after she showed him this? He said, shut up and take my money. Which means that the millions of people viewing his show are being misled. They can go and invest in this company because this company, I don't know if they are still doing an ICO, but they were supposed to do an ICO, and that's misleading the public. When I approached Mr. Ranoir and I asked him, how come he enables scammers? You know what he told me? I am not supposed to do tech due diligence. Then what are you supposed to do if your show is called Crypto Trader? If the public sees you as the biggest, one of the biggest influencers in the crypto space, what are you supposed to do if not tech due diligence? The corruption with the different advisors in the industry. We discovered another problematic ICO. We approached one of their advisors. As you can see, the response is, I am not core team member and did not learn about past experience of CTO. How can you be an advisor to a company if you do not know what the CTO is capable of doing? How can you not know the experience of the CTO? Another corrupted advisor, again with the same unreliable answer. Now, after we understand that due diligence is super important, probably much, much more than ever before. The crypto and blockchain revolution is amazing. Don't get me wrong, I am always going on stage speaking about scams and due diligence, and it sounds very negative. People might think, okay, maybe we shouldn't go into crypto and blockchain. I can tell you no. It's the biggest revolution that we ever had. It's going to change, it's already changing lives of so many people, but we need to be very careful about our investments, and we need to do proper due diligence. What we check is data integrity, vision, team identification, product, legal entity, social engagement, and marketing. Each of these categories has at least a dozen of subcategories that we analyze. This is an example of the median score that we see after rating 110 different ICOs and STOs. By the way, something very important that I have to tell you. A lot of people in the industry are talking about the fact that ICOs are gone. ICOs are dead. The SEC is indicting different founders of ICOs and so on, and it does happen. But again, don't let the media fool you. And you need to understand that, for example, last week 2 ICO founders were indicted, but it's because they were Americans, they were selling tokens to Americans, and they did illegal things on their white paper. So it's not like every ICO is going to be indicted, and whoever tells you that the ICO is gone, finished, there will be no more ICOs, there will be never any utility tokens, it's just someone with a personal agenda or someone who doesn't understand the technology. And I'm not saying it's going to change in 2 months. It will take time, maybe a year, maybe 2, maybe more. But ICOs is definitely a very good mechanism to raise funds, and it's going to evolve and change, and we'll see that. This slide talks about the integrity part that we are analyzing, which is very important. What we found as examples is that 30% of the rated ICOs, the one that we rated, didn't have any competitor analysis in their white paper, or they left out important competitors. And again, because me and my team, we have a lot of experience with doing due diligence before the crypto time, for us, we know that this is extremely important. The second part that I would like to discuss is the plagiarism, the duplicated content that we found. What it means is that we have an algorithm that checks the website and the white paper of the ICO or STO. And as you can see, we found that 10% of rated ICOs and STOs had copied content. When I say copied content, I'm talking about a whole white paper or whole pages of the white paper. Now, you can imagine how bad it is when someone just copy-pastes another white paper or parts of white paper. It's very, very unprofessional, and it shows you that maybe these guys don't even know what they're talking about if they need to copy from others. And even if you want to take a professional content writer or editor to help you with the writing, to help you with the English, because many of the people in the industry, because it's such a global industry, are not English native speakers. So it's not a problem to get help, but to do the copy-pasting, that's a whole different story. And we know that because we developed a special algorithm that actually checks the content on a daily basis and scans the entire web. Obviously, we're not Google yet, so we can't scan it on a daily basis, everything, but every few weeks we know if we found duplicated content and so on. The last part on this slide is misleading information. 5% of ICOs present outdated information on their website, roadmaps, wrong rating scores from different rating websites, sale information, and more. The team, when we analyze the team, and the team is one of the most important parts, everyone in the high-tech and startups industry with regards to crypto, not with regards to crypto, knows that a lot is on the shoulders of the team. A lot of the times we hear investors saying, I invest in the people, I invest in the team. And when we analyze the team, we found a lot of disturbing issues. First of all, you can see that the majority of ICOs have received a score of 7. But there are key failures that we found. One is not having an industry-specific team member or advisor. People are trying to change whole industries, but they don't have the right people in order to really understand these industries. The most disturbing part, in my opinion, is inexperienced CTOs. We are talking about the highest level of technology, and they need the best CTOs out there. And some of them didn't even have a development team, which is ridiculous. How can you go and develop something so complicated if you didn't even recruit developers? And only 3 ICOs did not present a team at all, which is extremely ridiculous in my opinion. I will need to finish really soon, so I'll just quickly go over this slide. As we can see about the vision, I have to tell you that in 2017 we had a great time when we analyzed, because we saw a lot of founders trying to land blockchain on the moon, or we have all kinds of companies that are doing a blockchain phone. And I can tell you that no one really needs a blockchain phone, and whatever they're doing is a PR stunt, because you really don't want to go around with your wallet everywhere on your mobile, and then when you get it lost, you can lose a lot of your crypto. So it's not really, doesn't really make sense. And what I can tell you about the vision, that we analyze the market as a factor and the roadmap, and we found many times disturbing parts. Now, I'll have to skip this. That's the last thing that I will discuss very shortly, the risk factor. And as you can see, we found many warning signs on social media on the difference between soft cap and hard cap, unverifiable partners. That's one of the biggest jokes in the industry. In the crypto industry, there is something new that I never heard about before. You go to an event, you meet someone, you talk to him for 15 minutes, you shake his hand, you become his partner. We've seen dozens of logos on ICOs and STOs website. When we started investigating and we did contact these companies to ask them, and we know who to contact in these companies. They never heard about the ICOs that we were talking about. Even when we made the intro in the email between the founder to the person in charge from IBM, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and so on, they still didn't acknowledge the fact that they had any kind of partnership or even knew them. Now, the bottom line, and I have other things that I wanted to discuss, but we won't have the time for it. I'll just say that the blockchain and crypto revolution is the biggest one. It's no doubt. We are not even in the diapers phase at the moment. It's not even the beginning. It's pre-beginning. And when other people are telling you crypto is one big scam and it's all one big bullshit, you have to remember that these people have a very clear personal agenda. It's either they have too much fiat and they're not interested in crypto, that crypto will grow, or they have other agendas because the governments and the banks are very afraid from this revolution. But remember, you have to do due diligence, and you cannot trust anyone. Even if you talk to a family member, you cannot know if he recommends you correctly or not, because he could have seen the CNBC show that I told you before. Or he could talk to one of his friends, and he saw the article on Forbes about the next Bitcoin. So remember to do proper due diligence. You can start at Cointelligence, but you need to do your own due diligence. Thank you very much.